Alright. Testing audio quality. I think I am basically okay, so I'll just go to Twitch proper and post my links. Actually, we're going to do this for a second. This will probably screw everything up, but we'll try anyway. Yeah, that made everything worse. Alright, good. Yeah, that made... Mr. President, it's time to address the nation. Hang on. I've just ruined everything by making it borderless. It now doesn't want to display any images, so I'm going to restart the whole game. Hang on. And see if maybe that'll fix it. Oh dear me. I also apologise for my metrics in the bottom right corner. It's kind of nice to know about. If your computer is too loud, and there's also no music because the game has music, and I don't want to overlay them, which should be obvious, but yeah, I started out with some music and that didn't really work. Okay, I don't really know what this game's about. I know it's about political, well, there's probably some political espionage and holding power, but I don't know. I remember you saying there's a lot of possible endings, or something. We want it to be borderless. I don't support resolutions that high anyway, so there's no point in having it. You should be able to see it now, I hope. Are you able to see my game now? Or is it in borderless is no good? Let me refresh my stream manager. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That happened. That's pretty much the case, yes. But sorry, welcome back. I haven't been streaming properly for a while. Hello, Yakuza. It's nice to see you. Hang on a second. Okay. His message is here. Done. How much advice can I give you? You're welcome to just backseat really hard if you want to, but obviously, if you think it's a game that would be more fun if there was less of that, then you're welcome to do less backseating. It's okay. I mean, normally when I'm playing Paint the Town Red, I say, please do not give me advice if it's like something painfully obvious, like you missed that weapon that was in front of you that you couldn't pick up. I'm like, yeah, no, I failed. But you're welcome to say things that will help me out. Like particularly if I'm about to make a mistake that will ruin the whole stream or ruin the game, that's all right. Is the audio balancing okay? I lowered it quite a lot in the game to make it better. It might still be a little bit loud. I'm not sure. I can start if that's all good. I think. That would make the stream more interesting. Arguably, yes. I think probably. Just going to post this in a couple of channels. Oh no, I use the American spelling, damn it. Right. Can you see my Steam overlay? That's kind of sucks. Oh well. It's not the end of the world if that happens, I guess. Okay. I will go enter game name Dan 1. So we are President Rain of the Republic of Sordland. Sorry, I just noticed that I haven't just noticed, I've just seen that this isn't actually at all the world or anything closely resembling the world. But it's kind of cool though anyway still. And the idea is you can be like different presidents. This is a DLC. I think it's best if we do this. Full alternate universe. Oh my god. I really like these. I really like this sort of not modification normally. Sordland. This is the Republic of Sordland. Is it a republic? Yes, it is a republic. 37 million in recession. 1954, Anton Rain has been elected the 4th president of Sordland amidst deep recession, demands for reform and external pressure. You must complete the Republic of Sordland. Okay, don't worry then. I'm going to go. It's basically Suzerain 2, the Kingdom of Rizia. Alright. I'll try this and see what happens. You are my enslavement and my freedom. You are my flesh burning like a raw summer night. You are my country. Nazim Hikmet Ran. So I know very little about this game besides what you've told me. I read the Steam description and some reviews. I've not watched anyone do them. You came from a wealthy family in the city of Luckman, a middle-income family in the city of Household, an impoverished family in the city of Dare. My god. So it's essentially what sort of citizens am I going to... Well, what sort of citizens do you show preference to? I would like to do a game where I'm not Hitler, preferably. I don't really want to be... Should I just pick what I'm actually most closely resembling in real life, or is that not going to be entertaining at all? Well, Gandhi is Hitler in the Civ games. As a joke, he sometimes goes mad. I'm a middle-income family. Okay, life was not bad. You were lucky enough to attend a well-known public school. Frequent fights broke out of the Rain family home, which made you feel uneasy. 1923. Oh, right, okay, so the kingdom is gone, the republic is born. This doesn't matter, got you. You were somewhat worried. I think this is natural for a small child. After graduating, you passed the university exam with high marks. You had the opportunity to choose between several studies you chose. What do I do? None of these are what I do in real life. What the fuck? Well, history is. I would prefer to probably do. You attended a lecture with David Whiskey. Is this based on any existing languages? No engineering student ends up as the president. That doesn't happen. He's a well-known diplomat from the foreign ministry and the son of the president. After observing the whole in silence, he explained why realpolitik is important for a successful foreign policy. He argued a strategy based on practical and material factors will be much more successful in reaching Sordland's ambitions. Swordish language, I guess. Okay, that's pretty cool, though. Sorry, my shadow's covering part of the screen. I don't know if there's anywhere that would be better if I moved it. Is the bottom left better? I guess we'll see if there's a HUD later on. We'll see what happens. Oh, really? Okay, a group of students started going in protest along with your best friend, Peter Victor. You decided to protest, probably. Best. I would almost certainly run off in the real world. Does none of this matter? It doesn't really matter. I'm just putting in the answers I would do, honestly. We'll see what happens. The coup split the students into two groups and caused frequent fights. Torture and imprisonment of any opposing voice became a daily routine in Dare. You didn't want to stay idle and decided to join. A political debate group, yes. Very nice. This is the part. It does matter. Oh, shit. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, right, Monica, the love of your life. Even though the discussions between different groups often became heated, you were sharing ideas. Well, we'll be nice to women, shall we? The Swordish League of Women, an organisation campaigning for women's rights. I'm extremely supportive of women's rights, of course. I'm not just joking either, but obviously in the context of being entertaining on stream, I have to kind of say things. You know what I mean. Oh dear. Socialism. Or the nationalists one. The way they always call the young... This is so, like, youth groups. Oh dear. How old am I meant to be at this point? 19 years old? Oh dear. Okay, how does one who stays away from any politics become the president? Okay, we have to be the socialisms. The socialisms. I always say things in a fun way. Because why not? The radio relayed that Communist General Ricard surrounded Suzerain. Stays away from radical politics. Okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I didn't read it properly in that case. Suzerain and his troops surrounding their surrender, they refused and heavy fighting broke out across the country. The army was fighting amongst themselves, no options. Okay, so there's basically a very limited scope. Extreme, I'd be anti-extreme. These are all very, very similar, except for the second one, which is kind of just is sort of ignoring the present issues. Yeet's watching me make all sorts of mistakes already, I imagine. We'll do the basic man. Well, there's time we shall stay and fight. This is horrible. This is a really difficult set of decisions. I mean, it really challenges what you would do in this situation in the real world, I suppose, wouldn't it? Not that you'd necessarily be put into these positions, but even so. I don't know if my character can die at this stage. I suppose we'll run over to try and save him. Oh, okay. Very sad. I presume that doesn't actually matter. Surely. The chaos has to end. 1929, so we've now 21. Constitution was written and the military government began efforts to restore stability. Many people saw the colonel as the saviour. He formed the United Sordland Party and ran as the presidential candidate in the first ever single-party elections. You voted for the United Sordland Party, or you didn't vote at all. That's it. Budapest-looking background. I'm not aware of how it looks on the face of things, but that's interesting analysis. There you go. Interesting. I don't know what the best thing to do here is. Maybe I should just not vote at all. I think that's probably, based on my current understanding, that's shit. But it doesn't... I don't know if it's maybe a thing that will be bad later on down the line. I presume these decisions impact the game later on somehow, to some extent. Okay, so the United Sordland is Tarkan Sol's party. Tarkan. A little bit. The military government announced a 4-year restoration period to transform into an entirely civilian government. Okay. Damn. You kept saying, Monica, you were both interested in marrying and starting a family. However, a letter arrived from the military calling you to fulfill your compulsory service. Fine, yes. From neighbouring Wales quickly turned into a proxy war between regional and world powers. The distinguished Major Eosif Lancia, I feel like these are just car names people have chosen, ordered you to lead your squad on a border patrol mission. It was very cold winter night when you began marching out of Gumbrun Outpost. I'm pretty sure you don't get put on the front lines in compulsory service, usually. But it depends what the situation is, I suppose. Several hours of marching through the snowy hills, distant noises were heard. Yeah, so I'm flicking through it now more to get past this stage. Because I never want to stream for more than a couple of hours, usually. But I don't know how far through the game I can get in 2 hours, or 2.5, 2 or 3 hours, sort of thing. Well, I'll be a soldier. Even though that's a terrible thing to do, there we go. I made the decision. Oh, very good. Within the United Sordland Party... So you do this, but the reasoning for doing so is very dubious. Or you can change it, rather. Well, I would like to put the third one, even though it's probably not what I would do in real life, sadly. Things change you. You worked long and hard reviewing dozens of foreign policy plans late into the night. Tarkan Sol gave amnesty to the remaining factions of the Civil War and chose de-escalation and appeasement. The institutions and symbols of the former kingdom were slowly replaced. His government launched several new initiatives, such as a citizen-funded builds program. Yes, very good. Comprehensive trade agreement with Agnolia was occupying most of your personal time. Lovely cityscape there, that's brilliant. Is it inverted on purpose, or is that sort of actually a reflection and the top of it looks even more reflected? I don't know, it's very cool. Art is already nice. Okay, okay. I always voted for them, don't worry. As the youngest MP, it was difficult to connect your influential inner circle. With the influential inner circle, you needed your allies, so you brought on Peter Victern as your right-hand man. Both of your son Frank, your son, thanks game, provided a brief moment of joy and relief. You sacrificed work to spend time with your family is what I hope would do. Hope I would do. Yes, as is usually the way. It's 1945, I presume that's not relevant in this universe. President Sol barely secured a majority in the election against the opposition leader, which we have opposition, there we go. Your son. President Sol. Over the next year, the Swordish people grew increasingly discontent with corruption and a worsening quality of life. Economic growth was slowing down. It's nice that it kind of hands you the information, though. It's nice, again and again, when you forget all the names every time. Meanwhile, calls for a United Sordland Party Congress became louder as a leadership struggle started to brew. This feels like a very big decision to me. Maybe these are all irrelevant. I'm just going to pick a few quick ones. I I'll join the opposition. He didn't approach me, oh no. Interesting, very interesting. I'll back him now I've said it. No, I know they're not irrelevant, that's not my point. It's just like, I'm probably spending a bit too long doing all of this. It's very interesting, I'm not sure. He knew the structure he had established was to stay. The country had become increasingly authoritarian. Oh, interesting, I see the idea here. Well, I can't say I'm troubled now I've not voted for him. I also don't care. It's also I don't care. So that's great. I think we're pleased, partly. Monica named her Dina. She motivated you, your daughter, yes. She motivated you during a tumultuous period in the party. As the VP and the leader of the USP, Eduardo Alfonso, began dismantling the old organizations and structures established by the USP, such as the State Education Schools and Social State Corporation bills. The general elections were approaching. The United Sordland Party under new leadership. You... yeah, we'll just support him. It sounds fairly positive. To me. The main opposition leader was embroiled in a sex scandal with the secretary. He was replaced by the more popular figure Franz Richter, but the damage had been done. The new economic policies and the extensive privatization program, oh shit, I've supported an ultra-capitalism, by Edward Alfonso secured an election victory for the United Sordland Party. Over the following years, you... well no, I'm not a party man, really. I prefer not to be at the moment, but there we go. Oh shit. The president of Alfonso saw many bold reforms in government and law and advancements in liberal and democratic values. He valued your support throughout, however, due to infighting and disorganization, continental economic tensions, and a fast-track privatization, it was followed by severe economic recession, as it always does. The other parties announced their bids for the 1953 election, but the unfair election system hampered opposition efforts to campaign you. I'm worried about the economic recession on the people. I'm as a man as a people. With Peter's help, your presence in the USP grew. The two of you worked long nights together. He flipped opponents to your side. You became the face of a new wing of the party, step by step, and with adequate planning, your wing took over the leadership as President Alfonso lost control of the country. The moment to make a move come, you. Oh, this is a big one. I advised Alfonso. You'd never do that in normal politics. This is a very interesting decision, I think. I mean, this is very interesting, isn't it? I advise him to step down peacefully. There we go. Party eventually voted you in because of your indisputable influence in the party. Following this, you announced that you would be running for president in the general election with Peter as your running mate. Peter, it is your turn. After visiting every city in town during the campaign, you made a speech on the state television. You promised to enact democratic reforms. There we go. I think, regardless of what you do here, it must be, surely. Pretty much. Maybe it isn't. We need fundamental change in our institutions and government. A solid and transparent democracy awaits us, brothers and sisters. A new constitution and a new age is upon us. Very nice. Oh, I've completed the prologue. Very nice. I am the president of Sordland. Very nice. Okay, so all of this may come back. We think. I think, oh my god, we can be a Reddit mod as well. Amazing. Swordish fedora. Most important choice is the hairpiece. It's very crucial. I look a bit like a South American dictator if I'm wearing a hat. Balding, dude. Absolutely amazing. I could be like Shostakovich with this hair. That's awesome. Is there a Hitler stash? That would be kind of a bit on the nose, wouldn't it? Not really. Okay. This is gonna... Is there any point in me spending time on this? I don't think there is, really, to be honest. I'm still going to spend a small amount of time on it. I'm gonna have a nice beard. I can't grow one in real life because I'm terrible. Melinivis. White suit, grand tuxedo. My god. Sordland first. I like this. I like it. I'm liking the brown blazer. That's very Well, it's something else, something different, isn't it? Office tan turquoise. Damn, you can just become a full-on communism. Full-on communist. Why do I always get that wrong? I like the office. I think that's perfectly fine, to be honest. That's boring, but anyway. You can have a lesbian cigar. Volkslandian pipe. Volkslandian pipe. I don't know. I can make up the pronunciations for quite a lot of this, I think, can't I? I think we'll have the pipe, because it's something reasonably British, you know. Reasonably. As Anton Rain, you have made consequential promises to the people of Sordland to gain their votes in the 1953 election campaign. Economic direction. After recent market transformations in the country finds itself stuck between two different economic systems with an indecision and turbulence, causing the population to demand a direction. I think it needs to be planned economy, surely. Well, this is what I would do. The trouble is, if I actually do what I believe would be the correct decision in all these situations, this country is going to fall apart so fast. So bad. It's going to be so bad. Like, incredible. Democratic social. It's going to fall apart really quickly if I do this. This is too political for Twitch. They may have to ban me. The global rivalries between capitalist Arcadia in the west and the monarchy of the Rumburg to the north and the communist United Contana in the east are intensifying. Sordland has the potential to align with others or lean towards neutrality. This is very difficult, isn't it, really? Because this shows the complexities of doing government at all. Ever. Well, if I just align with communists, that's not going to go very well, is it? But I can't really... it doesn't allow you to even align with monarchy, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to be like Keir Starmer. Just very neutral on everything. I mean, he's pretty good, but there are some problems. There are a couple. But nothing bad, but nothing really... No, okay, there are bad things. Anyway. That's fine, you kids. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining in for a little while. Oh, man. As a result, these tensions are causing requests for a political solution. I'm going to relax them in retribution to the immigrants who I didn't let through the border as a soldier. It's very bad. Term focus. The once praised public education system of the nation has suffered significant setback. Oh my god. What are the options? Education, defence, law enforcement, health. Okay, so those four. It's a bit like BitLife in that sense. Although this is much better, obviously. These are all problems. I am big on education. I think we need that. Yes. I'm not sure, but I'm going to make them anyway. The die was cast. I am reading all of this, by the way. I'm just skimming it because if I read it line by line, I will have a very sore throat and not finish the game. Didn't leave his island retreat, the bastard. As my thoughts slowly faded away, the reality of the situation dawned on me. Also Hawker, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, is waiting for me. Also Hawker, Chief Justice. Time for the oath has come. I am ready. Can you just mess up the oath? That'd be quite brilliant, wouldn't it? Protect and defend the people and the Constitution of the Republic of Sordland. Unfortunately not. Thank you, Mr. Hawker. Brothers and sisters. I don't know if this is the best way to go about it, but... My fellow swords. Hello, Zitric. It's nice to see you. Dear citizen... that's bad. We don't want this one. My fellow... That also sounds crap. I'm going to say brothers and sisters. Zitric is the first person on the stream official. Change and hope. You the people have chosen. Together we will bring prosperity and reform to our nation. It is a time of hope. It is a time of change. He's just continually watching me fail and laughing. Our capability... Wait, I'm not... what remedies you should... What sickness is befalling you? I don't think rewriting the Constitution in the first speech is very good. That's basically what Trump has done. And it fucking sucks. Future awaits us, Sordland is above all in the world. That's dumb. Change now. Immediately. Raise fist. I'm not sure about this. Sore throat, fever. Oh damn, I'm sorry about that. My usual response is to have orange juice tea and lie in bed a lot. If I have an illness that's giving me a sore throat and other things. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that's difficult, isn't it? It's promising change immediately. It's what I would do, whether I was able to or not. I'm happy about saying that. Hello, Mr. President. I still feel euphoric from the aftermath of my speech. Hearing my new title made me smile even more. Okay. He's a bit full of himself, this man, isn't he? Nice to meet you, Sergey. The palace? My god. Maroon Palace. Oh, cool. We got a little codex. Well, I think change immediately is as much immediate as you can do. There we go. Driver and bodyguard? What? That's crazy. It was constructed to serve as a summer residence of the Albrecht-Reinen, but quickly became a structure of political importance. Not impotence, I thought it said for a moment. The Maroon Palace received its name from the maroon painted exterior walls. It has 100 rooms and several wings housing different... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I gave you a response. I don't know if it's really the one you want, but there we go. I don't know, I said a response. What do you want from me? Well, I'll go with a slightly militaristic angle. Thank you for the 1 bit. I'm so happy about this. Basically, if I was able to redeem that, it would be 1 penny, but Twitch takes 50% of it, so that's half a penny. That's actually pretty sick, man. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. I'm just complaining about Amazon. Goodbye. See you soon. What does Vecten Sista mean? I don't know what that means. Is there a resource management aspect to this game, kind of, or is it mostly just about making lots of decisions? Morbel. The Vector and Sistar was explained. I do not remember. Top of the screen. Oh. Volksland. I'm just having a look at the world. It's very interesting. The Kingdom of Rizia, which is another one. Of Agnolia, Freedom of Paramount. Okay. Project economic growth. Hang on. We'll go to the regional map here. Wait, what are these? Are these just things I need to be reading? Oh, these are not really reports, they're just congratulations. You have the budget, that is the resource. Government budget and personal wealth. Okay, I can see where this is going. Small bit. President Smolak. President Smolak sends congratulations on the election victory and wish for a cooperative future between Wellen and Sordland, signaling their desire to normalise the diplomatic situation between the two countries. Well, okay, hang on. Okay, so I don't expect me to memorise everything straight away. It's a hard week. So what is Vexen Vista? Sorry if you can explain again. I don't remember. Just to continue the trade partnership between our countries as equal partners, and opposed to earlier trade deals which he believes gave Sordland unfair advantages. It's a national saying. Oh, right, okay, sorry. I mean, it has to be really if I'm saying it to the driver. I didn't know what it meant, sorry. Do we know what it means? He said the first half. Okay. Oh, God, right. Okay, I see. I understand. Alliance of 14 countries led primarily by KG has issued an expansive report examining the state of human rights worldwide, amid intensifying nuclear developments and efforts to counteract the expanding influence of the Contan Security Pact. ATO's commitment to the championing human rights remains unwavering, yes. Indeed. Morning has come, victory is close. Oh, I see, okay. No, that's very good. I like it. As I say, I'm skimming a lot of these things just to get on with it, but I may have failed to take that in completely. And if it explained it there, I'd fail to see that. Okay, this is going to become annoying as hell. In terms of the amount of things I need to remember, I think, possibly. There's also news and... overview. Very nice, okay. There's a tiny bit of an element of that game, the Westport Independent, the newspaper game, that's a bit like Papers, Please in this. But obviously you're in a more powerful position. It's below 10% of peer regions. Okay. Confident report. This is very generic European, slight Slavic language, isn't it? Rapid urban expansion of this report pinpointed. Is this important to read all of this right now? I suppose it kind of is, isn't it? So there's an enormous amount of reading. I feel like I'm just sitting here reading. Is that okay? Do people mind if I just sit here and read all of the documents? I don't know. Overview. Oh god, okay, here we go. All of these are currently active policies. Okay. According to Article 50 of the new Constitution, I'm just having a read of them at random. The political party needs a minimum of 10% of the total national vote to win seats in the Grand National Assembly, not the whole thing. The votes of the parties who pass the threshold are redistributed proportionally. Right, I see. 6 and 7. 6 of the Swordlish Constitution identifies all citizens as swords, irrespective of their ethnicities or cultures. Article 7 states that every sword is equal before the law, implying equal rights and responsibilities for all citizens. Very good. I think that's good. Bloodish Freedom Party banned. Former President Tarkin Sol declared the Bloodish Freedom Party, or the BFP, to be an illegal or criminal organisation due to their secessionist activities. Any suspected member of the party shall be arrested without trial. Any event, operation, or organisation suspected to be colluding with the BFP will be disbanded and this party is arrested. It excludes minorities. But what do you mean? It's responsible for all citizens. Unless it's just glossing over that completely in this summary, which is very possible. Minorities who are swords as well. Okay, it's turn-based. But it says that all citizens are treated as ethnic swords. But irrespective of their ethnicities or cultures. So why are they not swords normally? Okay, I think I understand the point. You don't actually have to read the report because you get bonuses listed like that. There'll be a whole mess about this. Good. Oh dear. Sorry, I'll pause for this. Thank you so much, Nico. It's really kind. It's a whole year. That's unbelievable. It's incredible generosity. I can probably catch it out eventually if Twitch let me. Or if Amazon decide they want to cut their profit margins a little bit more. Oh my god, 1 bit! I'm sorry, thank you so much for the subscription. That's massive, thank you. It really is very kind, there's no need, but... eventually I'll say to people, stop subscribing to me on Twitch completely because I'm not getting anything, but at the moment I just want to, I don't know, do this. On here. Maybe I should transition to YouTube completely. The discoverability is worse though, obviously. I don't seem to have any activity really. GDP 5 billion SR, hang on, so what do we... I can't click on the budget. Alphonsonomics, okay. Rumble, okay. Do you know it would be funny if I just streamed on Rumble and had everything violently left-wing, just to start attacking people? They're so in opposition to the platform. Free market reform, shifting the country from a planned doctrine to a more market-oriented approach. This transition has placed Sordland in a unique position, straddling the realms of two distinct economic systems. The ongoing challenge lies in striking a balance between these ideologies and harnessing the potential benefits while mitigating any adverse consequences. So the whole thing is turn-based. I get the idea about how this works more now. Here is our lovely country. We have also got the Guild of Royal Allies. What in the goddamn... Alright, it's an international organisation founded to foster economic cooperation and exchange among monarchies from various continents, including Costa Rica, Izina... Okay. Some countries that don't include Sordland. By promoting trade, investment and diplomatic relations... Obviously it doesn't include Sordland. This is a coloured spreadsheet game. Well, yeah, sort of. It's sort of a text adventure partly, but it's also turn-based strategy and a tiny bit of resource management, which is apparently just the money according to Yeet. Just the governmental budget, which you have to use on different things. I presume the goal can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe you want to stay in power for longer, and maybe you want to gain lots of wealth personally. That's probably an option. Agnolia, we've looked at some of these areas. Volksland, these have got some rather nice deviations actually. You can do whatever you want politically, well that's fun. And then that's the edge of the map over here. Can't interact with these places, not really anyway. Acute. There are a lot of nations that we need to think about, I suppose. United States of Kalrad, Kingdom of Erdmarg. We're interested in our Kingdom of Sordland. The Alliance of Nations is an international organisation formed by most of the countries on the Earth, focused on intergovernmental frameworks, mutual cooperation and solving conflicts. Very good. It's a bit like the UN. Does that mean they don't do anything involving themselves in serious issues? And make arbitrary decisions from an ivory tower, perhaps? We will go to Holsord on the local map. So hang on. This is now the local map of just Sordland. We can see here, these are the adjacent regions and or nations. Is this place... the Agenland is not part of this. They have relevance. Oh, okay. Well, they have more relevance, at least, than in real life, which is important. Which is, that's a good thing. Okay, we're going to do the briefing on the current political situation. Peter, Victor, in a couple of minutes, anything else across me? Anton, we have won. Agenland is part of Sordland. Okay, sorry, it's just a different region. Obviously, I've got the city names. I was like, hang on. I saw that in the introduction. Did they break away? No, they're still part of Sordland. I haven't failed yet. All those years with our noses to the grindstone paid off, yes. Today he was looking and acting more like his old self. He loosened his tie and undid the two top buttons of his shirt. Good, right, great, Peter. Enjoying the new secretary I picked up for you. Thought you'd appreciate her gorgeous set of talents. Thank you, Peter. Really cool. It's a shame the rest of your staff aren't as easy on the eyes. What the fuck? Alright, thank you, Peter. Back in university, did you ever imagine we would be sitting in the Maroon Palace to celebrate this great victory? Another bit absolutely crazy. It's unbelievable. I wish I had actual rewards for people doing these, but I haven't. This is not the time to celebrate, Peter. We have work to do. I don't know if the trouble is I'm trying to play this kind of how I would in real life if I was here. It's probably the stupidest plan ever because I'm not a political expert. But I will try. I don't drink, we'll just do that one, I suppose. Good. Evelyn hopes to congratulate in person there. Good to know, it's been some time since I last saw her. Fantastic. Lucien Gallard, Chief Strategist. Okay, I've no idea on the pronunciations they're intending. My Chief Strategist walked in, he was a compact man with sharp, bird-like features. After briefly surveying the room, he, from wall to wall, I'm struggling to read this. He sat down, poured a glass of water and opened his briefcase in a series of quick, graceful movements. Gentlemen, did anyone happen to kill a red spy? Sorry, I'm laughing at the idea that a government VP would say, well, damn, you're exactly on time. I don't know what's going on. Let's not waste time, Lucien. Current situation. The majority of Swordlish people demand change. They are more concerned about the economy than their constitution, but they blame the system for their problems. Of course, as you'd expect. People are losing their trust in our democracy. Why do you think radicals like Bernard Circus? Bernard Circus. He's not just a clown, he is the entire circus. Poet, novelist, short story writer, and communist politician. Okay, hang on. My man over here is not a radical. This is. I'm going to ruin this country. It is. I can feel it happening already. Red Youth. Okay, wait. We must have been there together. Actually, no. I don't think I was. No, I don't think I joined either. Wait a minute. Did I join this organisation, or did I choose to remain neutral on that? I actually don't remember. It was between those two. I did join the Reds. Okay, I did at different stages, and sometimes I stayed neutral. Sorry. It's quite a lot of pages of that. He organised strikes against Swordish government's failure to include amnesty laws and started to become a popular figure in Swordish politics. I presume this is a game you can do quote-unquote better in, sort of, if after a number of playthroughs, because it starts in reasonably the same way. Franz Richter, the leader of the Reformists, believes that true change can only be accomplished by transferring some of our powers to the Assembly. I will move into the details of their demands shortly. Okay. We need to listen to the people who want to save this country. If we lose power, we won't be able to execute the change. Okay, this is interesting because he's right, but we need to democratise. Indeed we shall, that's the trouble. Mr. Richter managed to persuade many members of the Assembly to give their support for drafting a new constitution. Reformist politicians are quickly increasing in number. Yes. Reformers running inside our party is still a minority. They could have a tri-partisan majority in the Assembly, especially if they unite under Franz Richter. To remind myself of this man. Of course, yes, of course. With Tarkinsol, strong opposition against him. That seems to be the best plan. They want to limit the President's veto powers, ensure that the Supreme Court is independent, and take away the Court's rights to vote on constitutional amendments. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is very difficult because this is something that I am split on myself. I'm too balanced. There's no point. You have to be extreme. We must listen to their demands, otherwise we are no different than the previous administrations. Okay, fine. Chief Justice Hawker. Oh yes, of course, he saw me in. And his allied judges have a great influence over the Supreme Court, which will be tough to break. Okay. Sorry, I'm just scratching my chin a lot with a sort of consternation. Thinking, yeah. Court also has a final say over constitutional legislation. Without their approval, we cannot even change it. Okay, this is... But I'm tired as fuck. I need to maintain a reasonable sleep schedule. For now, are you going to go? You're very welcome to. I may fall to pieces later on in this stream. Okay, well that's fine. I'm sure you will enjoy that very much. I'll probably continue with this for at least another hour today, before I too become very tired. We shall see what happens. Trying to get executed. That's possible? Oh my god. Okay, well I will do my best. I will do my absolute best to actually help, which means moving your absolute veto as well. Oh, thank you for 2 bits. That's massive. We can't underestimate the situation, but the third option is extremely backwards on all of them. I'm gonna have to say this. 130 to 250. Oh my god, we're on the verge of fucking civil war at this point. However, to reform the constitution, we must receive a 2/3 majority in the Grand National Assembly, which is 166 votes, and a simple majority in the Supreme Court that equates to 6 votes. So that's the goal we are trying to achieve. We will need to talk with our party figures. The first goal must be to get the 150 signatures needed to start the process. We will reach out to the other party. There's a lot of reading in this game. I mean, it is actually a really interesting game. I'm really liking it, but so far, but it's going to require much reading. The entire process will take a long time, but we must start working with a reform committee to evaluate all possibilities for a new constitution as soon as possible. Okay. I think this is going to be good. We need a democratic constitution, exactly. Strengthening the powers of the assembly, which we already lead. Okay, very good. The divisions, not the diversions, of power need to be rebalanced for a better Sordland. There are 2 changes to the constitution that are not open for their discussion. The Supreme Court will no longer vote on constitutional amendments. The second, the President's absolute veto will be taken away. This can be replaced with a limited veto system by fixing the current loopholes. Limited veto system. Oh, this is really... This could cause all sorts of problems later on, I presume. Supreme Court will no longer vote on constitutional amendments. So what does this mean? That someone could just grab the power immediately? Who does vote on them exactly? There's a lower level, the Grand National Assembly. Giving the final vote on constitutional changes. I see, and it's led by Hawker. Okay, I think I understand. We have to do this, but it could be really bad as well. We will form a reform committee together with all the parties and start reaching out to all the stakeholders in the Assembly and the Court for a new constitution. But later in the year we should have an idea of the reform contents and what the other parties want. The Lutherberg Group, the oligarchs convene under this organisation to influence economic policies. Conrath led it for a long time before falling ill. The new leader is Walter Tusk. Oh god, it's the oligarchy as well. I don't know. The Economists Group. Economists, not economists. Come on then. The Economist here is a major shareholder of Swedish steel company Berger Steel. According to Lackhaven Times, he's the 8th richest sword as of 1953. Okay. Green electrical engineering, very nice. I like this man, but he's also a bastard because he's an oligarch in the sense. Well, not all oligarchs necessarily are, but he's going to try and influence the government, so there we go. Tusk and the group will surely try to bribe us in exchange for special economic protections. This is a very interesting dialogue, isn't it? Because these are all very different options. Well, 2 of them are. You want to work with an enemy, the new administration... Okay. I won't be bought, but they have to not... They can't just oppose us. Coronti, Marcel Coronti has some strong ties to his group. Interesting. I'm going to read up on him and then pick the first one. I don't want to work with businessmen. They can fuck off. They have to. You have to as well. I suppose to some extent. The son of the media proprietor Conrad Coronti. He operates the HOS... Wait a minute, that's Conrad from up here, isn't it? Yes, of course. He operates the HOS Advertising, the largest... advertising company in Sordland. He's also a board member for the Heart of Sordland multi-industry corporation worth tens of billions. Oh god, they're a group to be reckoned with. Interesting. He doesn't. I can't tell if he's a good person to work with or not from this report, to be honest. No one. Of course, you can never tell, but we'll have a look. Mr. Coronti's wide network is... It doesn't sound that wide from the report, but okay. One that we should use to our administration's advantages, the group's influence is an important force. No, that's corrupt. Military and the general staff are a powerful element in this state, and history, as history tells us, is a dangerous one too. We do have some room to make structural changes by reducing our budget, for example, but it is quite limited. That is literally always the way in real life. Oh my gosh. I think that's the best option, at least, that I can see there. And I want to just have a look at this, hang on. This is another country that I saw on the map, isn't it? A semi-constitutional monarchy situated in northern Macabre. Are we, Sorry, there are a lot of countries to get my head around. Following the Socialist Revolution in Volksland, the Queen Council of others plans to form an Eastern Mukupan Pact. Oh, this is the Wayland Civil War and the Swordfish Civil War, okay. I was a member of the AN and Grace, which I read up on very briefly. Defense Minister Yusuf Lancia is more loyal to us compared to General Kruger, a fact that obviously can change with our actions. Either way, I see a potential rift between the two since they are clearly of different minds. Okay, this is requiring a lot. This is quite in the extreme. Part of me thinks it would be more fun if I just played this in a VC with you because of the fact that it's like so much reading content that I don't know if people can possibly be interested in this if you're not actually in action with the game. Maybe it will be more interesting when things start moving more, if that actually happens. But it's a little bit hard at the moment because I'm kind of just trying to get acquainted with everything. We'll see if we'll keep going. If we act strongly against the military, both of those guys will unite against us. I agree with Lucien, we need to tread carefully here. We need to tread carefully with literally everything. This is very hard. Media strategy tomorrow. Okay. A mysterious amount of smoke was rising far away on the horizon. Oh god. What? Where is the smoke? Gas field discovery, okay. What is the smoke? There is smoke. Increasing homelessness. Where? I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Put it on screen. I will be back in just a moment. Boop, boop, boop. Smiley, kind of, at first, it appears. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Right, here we go, move that. And there we go. Right. We are in the economic briefing for the government. Simon Hall, Gus Manger, whatever, Lilius Graf. This was the room in the Maroon Palace where all important meetings were held. Okay. Heavy projector. She was using the patient almost motherly tone she often took in heated arguments. I mean, the way I would prefer to do this is probably just by reading it in my head, which is how anyone would do it. But I suspect that to make it interesting on stream, I have to communicate it all. Okay. Such an economically advanced area is more in need of investment than Argenland. Can we look at what his profile is? United Sordland Party member since 1933. I mean, this is an enormous amount of character profiling to digest. It's very cool. I really like this idea, this whole sort of invented world for this, to play out a political fantasy, if you like. What about the unemployment crisis the Greater Holsord and Gellisland regions are going through? These areas are our economic heartland. Gus curled his hands into fists. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development's temper hadn't changed since his days in the Alfonso administration. Okay, it's giving you backstory without reading the file. His far-reaching network of connections was unlike any other. Economy, Interior, Rural Development. Simona Hall quickly stepped between the two ministers without looking at each of them. He cleared his throat. Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, everyone. I can see that. What was the discussion about? Okay. It's infighting. It's political suicide. Oh my god, it's amazing. Well, it doesn't matter. It's actually fine. I'm actually interested to know who is still watching the stream at the moment, because if you're interested in the game, that's great. If you don't want to respond, that's also fine. But I suspect it's not the sort of thing that many people will be interested in watching me sort of just read out. Even though I would like to stream this kind of thing, I think it's just a lot of reading. I'm going to have to keep going and getting water for things. Where's my economic presentation? Oh wait, I didn't mean to click that one. Okay, no need to rush. We'll figure it out. Oh. This is an extraordinarily authoritarian governmental system in some ways. It's like very diverse and there's lots of people, but the citizens are just, they just seem to sort of say, yes, I agree, very good. I'm moving out. I'm interested to know if the previous man would agree with everything you said in that confrontation, because he did agree with everything I said there. But he's a member of the party. I don't know why he would disagree, why he would agree with me saying I want to be authoritarian. The economic minister is a bit of a horrible man. I guess that's just all carry documentation around with him. I'm being patient. Oh, great. There have been some developments about the Sordland losing further value today. We've been trying to stabilise it with the central bank. What would you like to know about the current economic situation? Unemployment. $310 billion Sordland and the national debt is $427 billion. These countries do use different currencies then, AN. The whole Association of Nations or whatever it's called. And the recession. The average GDP has dropped from Sordland 15,000 per capita to 10,000. Well, partly, it also depends on fulfilling the promises. Here we go. Solonomics based on nationalisation happened in the 30s and Alfonso's privatisation began during the end of the 40s. What will our administration focus on? He says, what will our administration focus on? And then begins a new point. One of our main promises was to promote a planned economy to stop recession. To be frank, I still don't think that was a good idea. This was a good idea. Okay, this is very interesting. Because I don't think this guy is like that good, but I don't think any of them are that good. Or none of them have a great point about it. I need to look up one of those terms. Hang on. I know I'm taking this too seriously. I'm just going to look at this. The government of Sordland and its institutions or corporations have a solid history of delivering. The structural problems of Solonomics were going to lead to a recession according to the predictions at the time anyway. Either way, even if we pick one of the doctrines, we retain the option to make economic choices on a case-by-case basis. Could only work if we were to reap the benefits. Isolationism will only work if we could reap the benefits of both spheres and their rivalry. This is a very dangerous attempt, but still possible. We must be cautious. There are no... Caution is just the name of the game. It is absolutely everywhere. If I was playing this again on stream, I would move my chat to the left, which I can do now, but I might actually stop the game after about an hour and play it again when Yeet is back, because I suspect that he's probably the main person who wants to see this live. And in general, I think streaming this isn't the best idea. Even though I am actually really liking this, I don't think streaming it's a very effective use of sort of my energies in that sense. I would prefer to stream speedrun attempts or something like that, because there's far less involved reading and stuff. I don't know if there's much content for this. If I was a big streamer who did variety content, I'd be flying through this and then saying, "Guys, what the fuck? My country has fallen apart." I don't know. I wasn't a parody of any streamer, by the way. I don't know. That's what would be happening. Everything is falling apart. Can you imagine if XQC played this? That'd be brilliant. I mean, that's the only thing I agree with on those points. Being really, really cautious and doing nothing is terrible. Okay, I don't think this is how government works. I don't think you define on a legal... Okay, maybe in this hypothetical situation, it does require an entirely new economic strategy straight away. But this is economic doctrines listed. This is outrageous amounts of power the president has. Would a planned economy... I want to do this because it's kind of sort of my real political opinion in real life, but it's very dependent. Okay. Arcasia has on the world economy is extensive. Our economic strategy should be based on the internal reasoning, though. On internal reasoning, not the internal reasoning, sorry. I literally don't know anything at present. I'm just asking them hundreds of questions. Oh man. Fuck it. So I picked the general. Planned economy. Wait, no, have I picked this? I haven't really picked it. Okay, so hang on. There is basically the very planned economy. There's the medium, which is kind of on the fence, and then there's the total capitalism, or the total privatization. Oh man. Well, at least I think that's what it is, unless 2 and 3 are just the same thing. It is. I can't decide. Oh, god damn it. This is really difficult. I'm going to sit on the fence if that's what this means. It would be better to promote a market economy for these to have consistency in our plan. I'm going to planned economy. We promised it, mate. I'm going to do this because I promised the people. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the incorruptible. Well, I'm going to try to be the incorruptible. Now that our economic direction was taken, the ministers dispersed for lunch at the Marine Palace. I have literally saved the world. Hang on, what is it? Are these new? No, these are not new. These aren't... Okay, hang on. Are we doing... These are all turns, I see. Oh my god, how much work did they put into the writing of this? Is it really a RaggedDan? Yes, well, I am here, sort of. In that sense of things. I'm playing a game, a colour map game, as Nico quite accurately referred to it. I suppose that this news is dictated very much by what you're doing, actually. There's someone called Tory. Okay. University Archive. Oh no. Why do people want to come to Sordland? It sounds horrible. Geopolitico. Geopolitico. This is an incredibly bizarre blend of Italian, Slavic languages, a bit of German. It's just strange. It's just some sort of nonsense languages. It's pretty cool though. But we also use some sort of Gregorian accounting year system that means we're at a similar level of progress in the 50s as the actual world was. There's a football club. There are football clubs? Oh my gosh, FC Gedsord. Swordish professional football club based in Gedsord that plays in the Swordish Superliga. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Radical. There we go. Alfonsich's Lutherberg. Very interesting. Hang on, when was this written? This isn't new though. I guess Radical is meant to be a communist publication. People are very rarely called radicals who are on the right for some reason. I don't really know why. That has kind of just become a sort of revolutionary thing. I don't know. That seems historically that probably is the reason. Any opposing voices were silenced and many were persecuted. Next is Alfonso, who was elected the Liberal Reformer to Sordland. It is high time to realise at the start of a new political period that there is no change that will happen. Don't worry, man! I am going to have the best country ever, maybe. The year on the growth budget has been... Okay, I'm going to stop reading these papers because it's kind of silly. Oh crap, hang on. HSU fire. I can't do anything about this though. Okay, what I'm going to do is because I suspect that the interaction in the stream is very minimal because of the reading. I may play more of this in a VC with Yeet or just with other people in general in voice chat, so I can socialise while doing it, and then maybe read some stuff in my head at the moment. Am I able to save, or is it just automatically saved? I think it might be automatically saved. It's not asking me if I want to save my game. Two reasons, as I mentioned. I think that it is very hard to do this on stream because I'm just reading hundreds of things out loud. I don't think that people will be particularly interested in that at this stage. And it's on the 8th of the 22nd? That doesn't sound right. Oh, is it American Day System? I hope. Otherwise I'm going to be far back. There's no option to save, so... Yeah, okay. Day 0. That's today's date in real life, you idiot, Dan. I thought for some reason it was the 7th, so that's strip me up, of course. Okay, what I'm going to do is restart the stream with a new title, so I get 2 different VODs that I can easily move around. But I'm going to do just some runs of something, and I'll come back to Suzerain. If people want to see it on stream, then okay, but it's just quite a lot of reading at present. Yeah, no, Gmod's updating. What's it updating about? Okay, I'll come back in a second. Don't worry, I'll be back very shortly.